Hello guys, this is the Undistinguished here, and today we are doing some Age of Empires. I'm in blue here. Let's turn off Fog of War quickly. I'm blue, and I was playing against... Oh, those lower... And I was playing against Marthesa over here in the yellow. He's the Chinese. And I was over here as the Saracens. There's a 1v1 on the map Arabia. Just making sure everything's low enough. Okay, and without further ado, here we go. So obviously I started off with the... So you can see, we've gone for the generic, two houses off the bat, straight on to the sheep. I'm going to put this on my side, so we can see what I saw. So, obviously straight off, gathering my sheep. My rating's slightly higher than his, but that doesn't really mean much. I've only played like 30 matches on Voobly. As you can see here, I'm just scouting, seeing what's down here. I see this gap here. I know that if he's going to come raiding, that's obviously a spot he's likely to come through. So I'm just going to fast forward through the early game, put it on fast speed, so as you can see, just the generic build. Over the other side, he's doing very much the same, already ballered. He's gone for the mill as well. At this point, I thought I was in the trouble, because he had such a higher score than me, like 200 points right at this early stage of the game. Never usually good. I take these few deer here that were just chilling, and as you can see, I've completed my second baller, and now I'm gonna put up some farms, and I'm on my way up to the feudal age. I've just scouted the back of his base, so you can see his scouting's a bit more direct. He's also on his way up to the feudal age. I'll get there just before him though. And you can see I'm already on gold, because my plan is to go archers. And you see we're both up. Quick blacksmith, quick archery range, straight up, ready to roll. As you can see, continuing the production. He's going for a wall up all the way around, and he's gone for the militia, which is different. You don't normally see that after the Dark Age unless they're upgraded, but he hasn't upgraded them. You see archery range around there. My scout just causing a bit of trouble, and he's going to start attacking me down here. So at this point, I'd got the notification, and I just realised, oh, hang on, I'm getting attacked. And I thought, because he got up quite quickly, I thought, oh, hang on a minute, he's actually going to be sending quite a big attack at me. So I was quite worried. I looked down, saw it's just a militia and a scout. Quick extra wall, the house and that. And so he can't see what else I have. I know he's just got a militia and a scout coming. Up here I've prepared a little ambush. I've got a couple of spearmen and some archers. So I kill the scout first, and then I use my archers. Well, a couple of them got caught in there to pincushion these boys. Well, I did at this point get the +1 defense upgrade on my archers, because I figured that if I was going for an attack, I would want to be in a better position than his defensive troops. Now at this point, as you can see, my economy is still booming, but while he was busy microing the attack, his economy has dropped significantly. He's on 37 population to my 44, which may not sound like much, but you know, all my villagers are working efficiently. I'm gathering the resources I need. I've got enough on food to get me up. And the troops I'm creating, because he went for militia, he sacrifices the food straight away. He's not far behind, but you don't want to be like more than 50 points behind, really. And at this point, I think, well, he's had his attack. I'm going to go pick on him with some archers. So He doesn't know this is coming. His scout's dead. He's got one militia going around and a villager coming down here, who is probably going to get picked off by that wolf. And if not, there was another one coming. So at this point, he's got one spearman here, a couple of archers, another militia there. So, as we see, he hasn't got too many on farms. He knows where my full base is at this point. And I didn't realise he'd walled. But now I've scouted it, I'm just getting my scout to cheekily attack that, while I'm also attacking at the front, so he doesn't expect it. So, you can see him, I first try and come around here thinking, oh, if he's got a wood line there, I might be able to pick off some villagers. Realise he's blocked it up, and quite luckily actually, he starts building these buildings out here. He's going full into archery ranges, so he's committing quite heavily to this. If it was me, I'd only maybe go for a second one out the front, and then start producing skirms or archers, if he didn't see my archers. But unfortunately for him, he sees this quite well, to be fair to him. I do sort of pull back a bit and attack that house, which is what lets him know I'm there, and he pulls these off. I'm going to try pick off this first one here, but without thumb ring or anything, that is going to prove quite difficult. So you see I'm still producing archers down here, and I'm also on that hill, I'm on the way up to the castle age, so the scores look quite even now. I decided to chase these villagers a bit, but then I stop. So, and I figured, well, they're just going to keep running away. He's still got that militia there on 1 HP. Because I saw the scouts earlier, I panic made these spearmen, which I probably didn't need to. But that's just meant I've got a little bit of protection, just in case he does come in. Still got a few archers down here. And he's going to take me on. I don't know why he took this fight. I probably could have microed these so much better than I did. I'm going to get 3 easy kill archers, and then I'm going to come round this side and try and pick off at this wood line. Meanwhile, just still creating archers back here while advancing. So yeah, we're going to kill off all those. Probably could have done better, lost a couple up there. And the interesting thing is, if we look, he's bringing these villagers round here. No idea why. I've also destroyed this wall here that he hasn't replaced, which you can see I've destroyed. You can see my scout there, but he's more preoccupied on what my archer's doing around here. I haven't actually killed a villager yet. I'm just trying to go around picking him off, see what damage I can do. And then as we come back down here, we can see, yep, he's lost another villager down here, or a militia, I don't know which one that was. He's leaving them idle for quite a while. Still in the feudal age. I'm now up in castle. I lose a lot of these because he gets the skirms out that I don't notice, and that's unfortunate. But now we come back to my view, and I've got another group of 10 archers moving up here, and crossbowman research coming in. Still got this hole up here, remember? So at this point, I know he's fully walled in. I just sacrifice these guys, and I start to move in here. I take this fight here because I know I can win. Join that archer up with the rest of the group, and I see he's got a lot of skirms, so start moving around. He hasn't got thumb ring, makes this fight really easy for me to take. I think about fighting him there, but then I think I need some units that are going to give me a better advantage. So I transition to the stable. I've got a lot of villagers still here that I probably should have done better with. But as you can see, I'm getting 2 more TCs up. Thought of this one is obviously the gold and the wood line. Here is just close to my original one. Build up some more farms around it, just boom up. So the stable goes up, and straight away, I believe, still left these idle. It's not good. I send my scout in just to see what he can do up here. See if he can get any pick-offs at all. He's not very well upgraded. But now I know where his wood line is, where his gold mine is, and this puts me in a good position. So I swing around with the crossbows. At this point, I'm then starting to create a lot of knights. Probably should have gone for a second stable, but I was using it for farms. These crossbows are going to come back here, try and get some pick-offs, because I now know where his 2 lumber camps are. And they don't quite manage to get any pick-offs, but he knows I'm here now. I'm just putting pressure on his economy. You can see my score lead is growing, because obviously his economy, you know, he's moving stuff around. Mine's fairly settled, producing a lot of villagers at the same time. And I've still got these 3 idle, so that's bad for me. Then I think, oh, I know this is open. So I go to swing my archers around to put some more pressure on. Still creating the knights, obviously. And his reaction to this, he rebuilds that wall, but doesn't really do much else. He's got a lot of skirms there, a lot of skirms there. If I was him, he really needed to bring those round to here to deal with these crossbows. Before they got round there, he should have been bringing them around. Look, he's got nearly 20 skirms, and I've only got 9 crossbows, you know. But then his downfall here is because he's moving his wood, creating a lot of wood-intensive units. His farms are going out, which is not good. He's researching the castle age. Obviously, I attack these villagers, but in doing this, what he doesn't do is actually finish the wall up. So obviously, I assume he's finished the wall up, but then I see my crossbows just coming through. So I'm now free just to start raiding his economy. I force him off his gold, which is big because when he walled, he left this gold mine outside, which is ideal for me because that's a gold mine he's now not collecting any gold at all. So I'm still moving in. He's moving his skirms around now, bit late, and they're all walled outside of his base. Like, if I was him, destroy a wall, bring him in. But no, this is going to work ideally for me. I get a few more Ville pick-offs. And, yeah, so this is the problem with walling on a map like Arabia. He's walled all his resources out and all his army outside his base. So, while he's trying to move his military to cope with this, I don't have to worry about my base being raided. My base is fine. Up come my knights to deal with his skirms, because he doesn't have any like pikes to go with them, so it's fairly easy for me to come in and raid. Also, at this point, I notice he's got a knight over here, so I'm like, why has he got knights up here and not in his own base? As you can and he engages up here. But, like, why did he take that engagement? They should be killing those. So I've just killed a load of his skirmishers, easy. And he's not... And because he's worrying about that fight, he's not concentrating on this fight. And, you know, these crossbows have done work. There's 3 villagers. Obviously, I lose a couple here. And at this point, I go, I don't really want to lose anymore. And I move them up, because I know he's got the wood line here to try and pick it off. And at this point, this is where the major cock-up comes. No villagers working at all. I've got my knights about to swing round and come into his base. I've got lots of gold. And at this point, things are working out brilliantly for me. I find his stables down here from where he was producing. That was a good idea, but because I'd already rushed him, it worked against him. If he'd done this, because if those knights had attacked me, I've got nothing to deal with that with, like a knight and a few spearmen. But if he'd attacked me with those knights, he'd have forced me to retreat. And obviously I lose my crossbows up there, but I've just got my knights picking off out here, and he walls my knights in. And at this point, I'm like, that was a bit silly, because now my knights are in your base with free reign. His castle age hasn't put up a second TC. His knights just standing here doing nothing. And this is the point where the game really ends for me, because his villas are idle. He's not producing. He hasn't got like another TC up here. A TC down the front here for me would have been the ideal position, because he then could have taken all these resources under protection. As you can see, like, he's got nothing working. And I'm content here just to raise a few buildings while I destroy these back here, kill off the villagers here, and I've got pretty much a 1,000-point score lead at this point. And as you can see, if we switch to his view, go Fog of War, he can see these farms, but he doesn't know where my TCs are, how boomed up I am. I come to start taking this stone because I know that I want to get a castle up, is my idea. Just to finish it off, I sell a lot of, I don't sell a lot of gold, I buy a lot of food to create more knights because he's got nothing to deal with my knights. He's transitioning into pikeman, which is the good play. He really, if I was him, really I'd be breaking out here, town centre up there, maybe one down here to start booming again. Because he hasn't got, it's not so much of a deficit at the moment. Like, my knights, all I've got is those knights here, you know. If he comes out here and builds up, he's got the potential to counter-attack and kill me. But I'm building up a lot of houses here now. I pop cap, but at this point, I know it doesn't really matter. Because I've got him under the thumb. He's not really doing anything. Which is a shame, because a couple of little changes in his gameplay, and he could have given me a really tough game. But at this point, I'm just moving my knights around, raiding. He's got an archer out here, a few pikes up here. Not really enough to stop my knights. I'm still creating a lot of knights. I probably should have gone a couple of extra stables. But like I said, I knew I didn't really need to worry too much. Like, if I'd been playing against a stronger player, I probably would have gone for the extra stables. But I've pretty much, Fog of War, I've scouted his entire base. I know where everything is. I know his... The only thing I could have done differently is maybe raided his wood with my knights, which I didn't do, which was probably seen. I get another pick off here with the knight there. I think I lose this knight eventually, yeah, because I was worrying about my eco. So yeah, I need to improve that part of my game. A bit more of the managing attack and defence, which is something I do need to work on. But at this point, I have my 150. 650 stone. He sends the pikes, but just not enough. With 5 knights surrounding them, I can kill them off. I've got +1 upgrades, defense attack. Now I send my villagers forward. I'm just going to put this on fast speed, because now not much else matters. I carry on booming, just creating villagers, the usual. Still got, that's really inefficient by me, but at this point, again, I know I don't need to be too efficient. Drop the castle, drop the siege workshop, more knights coming in, and at that point, he resigns. And this was probably a good point for him to resign. I'm 2,000 points score ahead, and I know score doesn't always matter, but in this game it played a big factor. As you can see, I had the castle right outside his walls, lots of knights, about 10 there, another 5 there, still creating more. I've got another 5 there. I just got the spearmen finishing off over there. My economy, I'm still producing villagers, really boomed up. Obviously, I say a bit inefficient at some points, but apart from that, I think this was a good game that I played. So, this is the start of a new series. I'm going to show games I've played. I'm going to get replays of other games that other people have played. You send them in to me. I'll have a look, see what's going on. This was just my way to get started videoing these games. Just a strong win from me that I was quite pleased with. He even said he wasn't the strongest player, but he was over 1,300, so it must have been alright. This was a game played on Voobly. So, on Voobly, I'm insert name. On Steam, I'm Schefter for the Undistinguished. So, guys, feel free to message me if you want to play a game or you've got a replay you'd like me to put on YouTube. Thank you guys very much for watching. Thanks to my opponent here. Not a bad player. A couple of things he could do differently, but apart from that, solid player. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you all next time. Goodbye.